So let's see what happens here, right? And so fine, you go back and attack it again. And you've already attacked it and failed it once. So this is going to act as, if you were to think about resistance, this is going to be like critical resistance. When this thing breaks in the future, it's going to have a breakout moment because this has already set it up to be an origin level. This cannot be an origin level. This is no longer here. That cannot be an origin level. This cannot be an origin. These are nothing. These are actually values that were gained once upon a time in the past, and they're not even relevant anymore. None of this is relevant anymore. There could potentially be a untested hold level right here that's relevant, and then your next untested hold right here, right? So now you're getting into a different landscape of drawing this chart. Now you're evolving your chart in a different way. So now the landscape of how you're looking at this move is changing, because now you're dealing with a level origin, which is breakout in the future. And you're probably simply going to lose this trend and just distribute down. You just hit play. See how it acts as critical resistance? But when it gains it, look at the break it can have, right? So this is very important to know, because this is exactly what you're looking for in our markets, is these origin levels, because they will act as resistance until the moment being where they break. Now, people would look at this chart, and I'm going to delete this entire chart. People would look at this chart and simply say, oh, here's the valley here. This is important to gain. That is nothing compared to a level origin. This is just a local valley. As we learned about global and local trends, think of an origin level as a global level, right? We talk about break and holds and all that. Think of an origin level as a global level, and this is a local level. So this is a local valley, just like we have local trend, global trend. This is a local valley. This is a global valley, and then somewhere further back there is a legacy level. I keep saying valley. Yeah, global level. It's fine. It's a global valley too. It's not a global trend. It's still a global valley because the valley is a level. So global and legacy level / valley, whichever you want to refer to it as. That's kind of the same thing as a dictation of strength in a move, where you're looking at having a breakout over trend, right? So we see these local trends attacking, global trends attacking, legacy trends. Well, this is very much the same thing. This is a local trend, which is local to this part of the move, attacking an origin level, which in another way is just like saying a global level, right? Like this is the global level here. And when it breaks above that, when it actually closes above that and confirms, you can see the attempt at a breakout that it starts to have, right? And so far, then it probably stops out at a different level, right? Something like, sure, we'll use this. We'll have to go to the daily for this, and we're going to color coordinate these properly this whole time, because this is going to be crucial to understanding this. Here, right? So this right here being the local attack on, laddering off the larger part of the move. So what did we hold here? We're supposed to use these as solid, aren't we? Yeah. We're going to put these as those big fat ones like this when they are level origins today. And this is the reason why I say local, global, legacy, and origin. It's an origin level, because if you say it's a local level and a local trend, you're going to start getting confused. Like you use the terminology local, global, and legacy too much, but really that's what they are. They're local, global, and legacy levels. So fine, there's some micro hold in here, some 15-minute hold level, which gets hit, which is fine. And then it creates this, the new global part of the trend, which will then fray out to the local right here. Right. This is kind of starting to landscape out this move in its entirety, right? So, but now what we're adding to it is we're adding global and local levels. So this broke here off the uptrend. That was a breakout moment, right? So this has another nice 12% gain, which is actually a crazy move for Tron. 12% in Tron is a lot. Like that's, a lot. But this is now creating another level origin here, right? Like another original level valley. And you can see when it breaks above it, right? It's having another large reactionary move, right? It's having another kind of large reactionary move above that level, 18%. But this is creating another problem here as to we are making a new level origin, right? Like this is the valley that was attacked in the past. This had never failed yet, so this technically isn't a level origin. So I'm assuming that there is a level origin right here in the future. Now I haven't seen the daily, but this is the same thing as this was down here, right? As this was down here, this is right here, right? It's the same thing. You are seeing two level origins. And in this moment, come on, Control C. In this moment where it was just created in the small landscape to make this bigger part of the move, you can see when you broke over one level origin, you actually back attacked the next level origin. So if we were to step back in this chart and remove this level, as it's not an origin because it's too local to the time frame, you can see that when you broke over one level origin, you back targeted the next origin level. There was no origin levels before that. You notice there's no trend here that failed to gain. There's a trend here that fails to gain, but again, it's encompassed by this valley, right? So on a larger time frame, I'm assuming this is a level origin of a bigger time frame. So now when you start to look at this level origin being broken on a coin like Tron, where 10% is a lot, you can start to see what this move actually really was. It was a 30% move on Tron with multiple moves in between. And that's not even from the bottom. If you were to kind of skew this thing and say it's from the bottom, or even if you're 40% the bottom, or even here at 20%, like this is a very, very large move for a coin like Tron, because Tron is pretty stable, right? So level origins become the original levels, the valleys that were attacked and failed to gain. So you can see this was created right here. This is a huge breakout in the future for Tron. This level will act as a major point of resistance. So if we were to fast forward this, I don't even know September 2018. Sure, let's just fast forward this and see what happens in this coin. We all know Tron went up pretty well. So yeah, that's lost. Fine. Hits trend. It's holding trend. This is good. Yeah, holds trend. Great. Fantastic. Yep, holds trend. Fractal to the daily. Trend hold. Here we go. We have another level origin right here. Valley that was attempted to gain and failed. So you see the wedge that's being created, right? This is going to act as a breakout moment for Tron. Well, let's hope so anyways. I don't know. I could be wrong here. We could just lose trend. But you can see how this has constantly attacked this level, right? This is going to be huge resistance as to where you guys are marking valleys like here and here right now, because most people would say, oh, here's the level right here. Well, that's actually incorrect. The level's actually lower and much further back because it's a level origin. It was the original valley that was never gained. So fine, you pull trend out, not a big deal. Let's pause this for a second. Pull trend out to here, not a big deal. You lose trend, you reshape trend, not a huge deal. Notice how it's trying to hold the level origin. Very specific thing it's trying to hold. You see, these are the true levels. This is like if you were to rank levels and how important they are. This is like the truest level that there can be. This is the most important level because these are global levels, right? Let's do this. These are global levels as to where this set in here is local. Just like we have local trends and global trends, it's the same thing, but just on levels. So you can see exactly here, Tron breaks over top of this valley that it tried to gain on the 4 hour. You can see it trying to get over, and now it's trying to hold it. So now it's trying to attack this level up here, this level origin up here, to have a big breakout, right? And part of the reason why level origins have such a big breakout is because when you attack this valley, you're attacking the higher ranges on the larger part of the chart, right? So you are not breaking local levels, you're breaking a global level. So instead of focusing on a break in this region, right? When you actually break this X here, this green X, which is that region, think about that when you broke this, you didn't actually break this. So you're not going to target here. You actually broke this. So now you're starting to target these larger ranges. And then you start getting into gaps in the market where you would pop over to the daily and all of a sudden you might be targeting 4 hour origin, but then maybe on the daily you are attacking a daily level, which could be 100% up, right? Because if you're attacking a 4 hour origin, what is the daily showing, right? So it is the same thing when you're attacking trends, right? Like when you go and hit a trend, like when you lose a global trend, you're losing this. You're not losing this little local trend like this. When you lose this local trend, you lose this. When you lose the global trend, you lose this. So it's a much larger piece of the move. And just like when you attack an origin level, when you hit that origin level, you are attacking a larger registry of that coin. So let's see where this thing goes here. And remember, it's now confirmed an origin level. You see how that acts as such a huge breakout moment? In this moment where you have attacked this origin right here, you're actually pretty much attacking this, because when a level origin breaks, you have a big move. And again, this is now leading us to show us this is showing us another 25% move on Tron. Like a 25% move on Tron is like an 80% move on whatever coin, right? The Tron is extremely stable, but to have a 20% break is high, right? Like that's quite a break for something like Tron. And then you'd have, okay, where's the next level to be tested in here? So what would I say in here? I would look and I'd say, okay, here's a level here, there's a level here. That could possibly be because you have a little wick test here. There's a level here, but what is this? Oh, here's a valley right here that it failed to gain. Well, this is the valley that brought it there. This is the valley that rejected this right here, right? This is the valley that rejected this inverse level. So you kind of have this level inverse rejection off of this valley. This valley was then tested again here, which is the attempt to close this valley, which failed the inverse, right? So when you go, I bet you this one right here was, now I can't really tell because of the time frame. I'd have to go kind of go to the daily, but because we're on the replayer tool, right? So that's what you end up attacking. You end up attacking the next level origin. But you see, like, you broke one origin to attack the next origin, and I'm sure there's more clarity on the daily here. And you didn't quite go up to this level here, right? You didn't quite go up to that level there. Let's actually zoom in here a bit. So I'd actually wonder if this is the level here fractally. Attack it there, fail it there on the daily probably, I'm assuming, and that becomes target. Yeah, that's see that's the larger level that was attacked. That's the level origin right there.
Hey everyone, how's it going? As you know, I'm now giving out some of this content for free that I was otherwise charging for the past little while. Yeah, drop a donation, subscribe to the channel, join Patreon. You'll get access to Discord. Great way. Lots of top level traders in there, people who are doing this for a career every single day. So go to Patreon, join a tier, get access to Discord. Go on Reddit, talk about future of trading, talk about the science of trading, talk about cotton candy, socials, everything you can. Let's help this thing grow. It's the way you guys can thank me for giving out this content for free that I was otherwise charging money for. So I'll leave a Bitcoin address on the screen. I'll leave the Patreon address on the screen. Just do something to help out. Okay, thanks guys. Take care.